braving healing? I've never had the two words kind of framed that way, braving healing.
I think it just means to be on this journey is very brave. So I think just being on the journey is braving healing.
To me, braving healing means that I'm going to face things that scare the hell out of me.
Brave healing is walking into those non-Indigenous healing spaces and being okay to do it. So that way, when other people are ready to walk into that space, we've already kind of laid the platform. And it's not so uncomfortable for them.
Brave and healing. Well, you know what, I can say myself, I think I would have never looked at myself as a brave person, but taking on life in the way that I have is absolutely brave. I always looked at my alter ego as this warrior. And sadly, I took it to the extreme of the warrior in this armored shell. And the reason I wore armor is not for bravery, but it was for protection.
Braving healing is being willing to eventually open that can of worms and eventually facing your demons. But to not do it alone.
Braving healing is to acknowledge that something happened, or a multitude of things happened, or maybe continue happening, that you want to change in your life, and making that first phone call to say, I need help, I'm lost, I'm confused.
I feel like the phrase braving healing for me, like, is around the lines of like, just like healing's here, and like, you're like, haha, I'm gonna jump over you, healing. And then healing's just chasing after you as you go.
Braving could be a verb there, or it could be a descriptor, right? So it could be that I am going to be brave and try to heal. That is a verb. In order to heal, I first have to choose to be brave, or to stand on the shoulders of those that are infusing me with bravery. But it could also be a descriptor. There's healing, and then there's braving healing, right? There's healing with bravery.
Braving healing? Well, I mean, I think that's where you look at standing up to what you've been, what you've faced, and at what point are you going to let things go enough to have some sort of good life that you're going to work on. You have to be able to believe in yourself and be brave in yourself, brave enough in yourself, or be able to have the confidence and belief in yourself to face some of these things along your journey, and allow you to kind of have that moment to really relinquish or enjoy today, soak up the moment for today, and let's not worry so much about what you can't control, right? That's a challenge. It is a challenge.
Pain, psychological pain, I think is what my first association with the concept of braving the healing. Because psychological pain is way worse than physical pain.
Braving healing? Well, whether you think of a serious operation, serious accident, and the operation, and then the healing process after that operation could be excruciating. And then you need stuff to numb that pain so that you can endure that pain and able to get up and do what you used to do. Or try to. You might not be the same person.
I think every human in this world is on whatever journey we may be. And for the most part, I think we all want to be better people. We want to be healed people. We don't want to make the mistakes that were made on us. We don't want to repeat the things that people did to us. That's about healing.
You know, when I'm talking about facing my fears, you know, why do I feel uncomfortable being around with somebody? Why do I feel uncomfortable about a boundary, for example? That would be a great example. It would be, you know, whether it be enforcing that boundary or what happens if somebody imposes a boundary on me? And how am I supposed to feel? So how do I navigate that? So to me, braving the healing is being able to look at that, facing that right on, and not being scared, even if you are scared, and face it and do whatever you can so you don't feel bad and move on, if that makes any sense.
Because shame does come up, guilt does come up, insecurity does come up. There's so many things that I think about, like I'm the best worst case scenario developer. You know, like I have anxiety. I can totally tell you the catastrophe in 5 seconds flat.
You definitely have to be able and accepting to step up to start to make some adjustments in your life in order to get to the next step. And manage expectations. Not gonna change overnight. It's never gonna change overnight. It's gonna take time.
But every day that we're walking on this earth, especially navigating through traumas, and sadly, again, everybody's navigating, we're brave beings for being here. And when you're able to take on something like a healing journey for childhood sexual abuse, every single human doing that is brave. And I don't think you can have healing without bravery.
Everybody's at different stages when it comes to that. And it's not a race. Everyone's a winner if you make it to the finish line. You get a gold medal. There's no coming second, third, or fourth, or third, or whatever. It's everyone comes in first.
Really being brave is being willing to ask for help and wanting to be okay with saying, like, I want to belong, and I want to find joy, and I want to be okay, and I don't have to do it alone. So knowing that you have to ask for that help sometimes is to me what braving and healing is.
Being strong enough to do this hard work, because it's really, you know, we live in a world where it's laugh now, cry later, but when you're doing the work, it's cry now, laugh later. So you're going against the grain too. So you definitely have to be brave to do the healing journey. So braving through it kind of thing.
And that's talking about your past. Because you're braving, you're by sharing and hoping that the result will be the healing. You have to be brave in order to share what happened. It takes guts, and heart rate goes up, sweats, and all kinds of stuff. But once you do that, you're able to heal.
The image I have is like a bird taking flight, actually, when you say that, braving healing. That's the image that's in my head anyway, that some little bird is getting its wings and is taking flight. That's what comes to my mind, that we can take flight, we can move. And it's exhilarating.
But for some of us, we've had these really big obstacles that can make it harder. And so we have to make that active choice of, I'm not gonna be that person. I'm gonna be that braving healing. I'm going to choose to do this difficult thing, and I'm not gonna always succeed. Some days I'm gonna fail. That's brave too. For me to say some days, you know what, I can't take this call, I can't take this meeting. I may not even be able to take a case sometimes, you know? That's also brave. To say no is brave. Saying no could be healing. It's the no that we couldn't say when other people said yes for us. But it's that active choice to say, I'm going to be on this journey of trying to be better, to do better, and I'm going to try and do it with bravery because I recognize that this takes courage. Yeah, I think that's what it means.